Welcome, everyone. I'm Steph McCoy, and today we're officially flipping the script. When we launched our Women on the Move and later Men in Motion series in 2020, our goal was simple. We wanted to spotlight stories of deep resilience, shift perspectives, and advance our mission of access, inclusion, and representation. Today, we're kicking things off with an incredible feature. Flipping the script, the day blindness changed the rules. You're about to meet Jeff, who shares a profound look at how a life-altering change didn't stop his journey, it completely redefined it. His perspective on navigating adaptation and mindset is something you do not want to miss. Let's get to Jeff's story.
My name is Jeff Garber, also known as Jeff Philosopher. I'm a hip-hop artist, a health data analyst, husband of 13 years, and father of 3. And I also move through the world with my good friend, Blindness. But doctors like to call him retinitis pigmentosa. So my music touches on themes of spiritual growth, social justice, and family life. And as a Baha'i, I'm heavily inspired by the teachings of oneness of religion and humanity, which has been a guiding force through the inevitable darkness that everybody faces, not just blind and low vision folks, but everybody. When I was a kid though, I didn't always see it this way. Blindness was just an annoying, uninvited companion that I couldn't get rid of. At first during the day, I didn't see him much, and so I could get around okay. But as soon as the sun went down, Blindness liked to play tricks on me. In the house, he would suddenly move furniture out the way so I'd bump into things and bruise my shins. Outdoors at night, he'd completely steal the stars from the sky, forcing me to hold somebody's hand just to move safely. Back then, I was deep in denial. I was stubborn, I tried to hide blindness, and constantly downplayed my association with him. I even refused to wear my glasses, which helped me see distance, which made for some wild times playing baseball. Just imagine Blindness out there with me in the outfield, putting his hands over my eyes while a fly ball is coming down, while my team, coaches, and parents are yelling at me in the heat of the game. The anxiety was vivid, but nobody knew the real story. So as I transitioned into being a teenager, my relationship with Blindness began to change. He grew up with me, started taking up more space, slowly ate away from my peripheral vision. But instead of just playing tricks on me, Blindness actually started kind of looking out for me. He became protective. He forced me to be extra careful. When all my peers were getting their driver's licenses, Blindness urged me to chill, but wouldn't explain why. Blindness reminded me that I couldn't afford to be reckless with my health, safety, or life. And most importantly, by restricting what I could see on the outside, Blindness started reminding me of our true reality as spiritual beings. He forced me to look inward. Today, Blindness and I are tight, like 15 degrees of vision tight, like tunnel vision. I always knew that tunnel vision and blindness would grow with me, but I always thought it would look more like a tight vignette. Instead, I low-key hallucinate where the blind spots are, which can be super confusing. But at least I understand it and I don't feel gaslit by blindness anymore. A defining moment for me was when Blindness and I went to a nature camp and I was in 5th grade. Because I didn't tell anybody about the homie, I ended up getting lost in the middle of the woods in pitch darkness during a heavy thunderstorm, entirely by my 11-year-old self. Because I spent so much time hiding him from everyone, nobody knew I couldn't see. That night, Blindness forced a deep sense of vulnerability onto me. And it might sound weird, but looking back, I'm incredibly grateful for that moment and for him. Blindness stripped away all the superficial illusions of the world and made me feel even more human, humble, deeply appreciative of spirituality and our human connection. Living with this semi-blind identity alongside being biracial and a member of a religious minority has forced me to look at the world with a lot of nuance. Blindness taught me not to take surface level things at face value. Honestly, I think that's exactly what drove me to become a health data analyst as well. I'm just so used to navigating complexities and looking at the truth beyond the blurry surface. I'm totally cool with talking about my day one friend, Blindness, because everybody has their own version of him. If it's not a physical disability, people are walking around with social or spiritual hurdles, a broken family relationship. Maybe they can't be trustworthy for some reason. We all have something that blocks a part of us. But when we stop hiding from our shadows and come together, it really just outshines all of that. What keeps me exploring and growing is connection. I love all music, but I'm especially fluent in the diaspora of hip hop. It's the ultimate tool for storytelling, and I recently channeled that love into a project where I highlighted 40 different people and their unique stories, finding the beauty in how they navigate their own challenges. I called it Truly Seen Raps. What brings the ultimate meaning to my life is showing up fully and being present with my family, faith, and my art. I used to be ashamed of blindness, but now I see him as a partner that helped mold my perspective. Blindness might be riding shotgun for the rest of my life, constantly trying to narrow my view, but it doesn't get the drive. The world's still way bigger than me and is full of stories waiting to be told, and I intend to keep snapping. I just want people to know that sometimes vision is overrated. For example, don't judge a book by its cover, right? We always say that, and all that glitters is not gold. Basically, I believe blindness presents us an opportunity to fast track or develop our intuition and to really see the inside of things and to see the character for what it is as opposed to what's distracting us. I would just like society to stop being so afraid of blindness. To me, being on the blindness spectrum means that my vision's been changing all my life, and I've had days where I get a lot of visual data from my brain to analyze, and then some days where I only get a little bit, and that's where it's headed, right? But I respect the diversity of the blindness experience, and that's what's most important to me. All right, hopefully that worked.